I think I'm wearing the perfect attire for this mood after tonight's Phillies game, after their loss to the Tampa Bay Rays. They lose by a score of 6-4. I think my appearance right now, I think actually my plain white t-shirt kind of describes the feeling right now. Wave the white flag, Phillies. Throw in the towel. Throw it in. You're done. You are done. I know there's still, mathematically, there's still a chance. They still have a chance with the Giants getting into that final wild card spot. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen whatsoever. The Phillies are done. That's what it is. They played a very good baseball team today, and they got beat. Look at that bullpen right there. Look at that bullpen built by the Tampa Bay Rays. Speaking of you, Matt Clintack, look at how they built a bullpen. It's the best bullpen in Major League Baseball. Look at your bullpen. They blew the game once again. Once again. And also, I'm debating on if I want to go after Velasquez on this one too. I don't think he was the entire problem, but still he lived up to his MO to where he can't go deep in the ball games. The pitch count consistently just gets too high way early into the game. And you thought there was a slither of hope after that first inning. He only went through 10 pitches in that first inning. So you were thinking, oh, is Vince Velasquez going to be pitching a good game today? Well, I guess that was a lie because he honestly didn't go that far at all. He lived up to his MO. After that first inning, the pitch count was just rising and rising and rising. And he doesn't even get out of the fifth inning. He just doesn't. If you look at the stat line for Vince Velasquez today, he only goes 4 1/3 inning, allows 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. The offense, in the beginning of the game, when Charlie Morton was on the mound, and it's funny too, I keep remembering the broadcast bringing up how that one time Charlie Morton was a member of the Philadelphia Phillies, and it was funny too. It was a very short-lived experience with Charlie Morton on the Phillies. I forget what year it was. It was definitely before he went to the Astros, but it was like he was on the Phillies, I think, for maybe like a game or two. He was going up to bunt for a bat, and he got injured on that bunt, and he didn't play the rest of the season for the Phillies. So that honestly basically describes the Phillies in a nutshell right there. But it's just that the Phillies offense, they kind of got to Charlie Morton a little bit. They rose his pitch count too, and they forced the Rays to get into their dominant bullpen. And it's funny too, after the fifth inning, the Phillies did not have a single hit. Just 2 walks. 2 walks after the fifth inning. No hits whatsoever. And the Phillies scored all of their runs in the first 5 innings of the ballgame. Top of the third. Top of the fifth inning. That was it. But the Rays, they do cash in early in this ballgame in the second inning. This is when Vince Velasquez pitch count starts to go up. The Rays start to get the ball in play a little bit right here. It's Brett Phillips getting an RBI single, which makes it 1-0 Tampa Bay. But then the Phillies, they respond in the top of the third inning. Scott Kingery gets a single, and then Andrew McCutchen grounds into a force out, which moves Kingery over to second, preventing the double play right there, and it gets McCutchen out at first. Then Alec Bohm places a beautiful single down the right field line, perfectly placed. Blooper. Lands right down in shallow right field, moves Kingery over to third base because the right fielder coming in there had a cannon of the arm, and Kingery would have been out by a mile, so thank God Dusty Wathan did not send Kingery on that play, because he would have been out by a mile. And in comes... Now, actually, I'm being so stupid on this play because Scott Kingery does in fact score because there was a wild pitch on this play right here. That Scott Kingery play didn't happen until the top of the fifth inning. I am an idiot. So Kingery did score on that play, and then Bryce Harper comes up. Credit, I'm an idiot right here. And Bryce Harper hits a line drive to right field, goes to the warning track, the right fielder bobbles it a little bit, and with that ensuing bobble, it allows Bohm to score from first base. And then Bryce Harper runs all the way to third, gets a triple out of that whole situation right there. And then the right fielder completely overshoots everything, and it lands into the dugout. And Bryce Harper gets the Little League home run right here, even though it doesn't count as an inside the Parker. Counts as a triple on the stat sheet, but Bryce Harper scores on that throwing error, and the Phillies take a 3-1 lead right off of there, scoring 2 runs right there from Bryce Harper, and the Phillies aren't done. Top of the 5th inning, Scott Kingery gets a ground rule double. Alec Bohm singles. This is when the right fielder almost guns out Kingery at home plate, but Dusty Waffen made the right call right there, not to send him. See, I got it right in the end. And then Bryce Harper comes up, gets an RBI single, makes it 4-1 Phillies. And then you think, okay, Vince Velasquez, can you just shut it down for maybe a couple more innings? He doesn't. He does not whatsoever, because the Rays in the very next half inning respond right back with 2 runs of their own. Willie Adames gets an RBI single, Kevin Kiermaier gets an RBI single, and suddenly it's 4-3. Vince Velasquez gets pulled from his inning. In comes Tommy Hunter. He shuts down the rest of the 5th inning, but then we go to the bottom of the 6th. And then we get a tie ball game. Brett Phillips, home run to dead center field, and we are tied up at 4. And then it doesn't end there. So we go into the bottom of the 7th inning. Nothing happens right here, but Connor Brogdon comes out of the bullpen, strikes out the side. Every fastball he threw was above 95 miles an hour. He was looking like, maybe we can get 2 innings out of this kid. He looked pretty good in that inning. But you know what Joe Girardi doesn't do? Even though I really don't want to blame Joe Girardi, but this is something I can blame him for. Connor Brogdon, 7th inning, he strikes out the side. Why doesn't he come back out for the 8th? A little bit of a question mark right there. Why doesn't Brogdon come back out from the 8th when he was so lights out in the previous inning? Adam Morgan comes in, gets torched. Adam Morgan gets torched. Whew! He did not do good whatsoever. He allows the bases to get loaded. At the time, he was taken out of the ballgame. Hector Neris comes in to deal with the bases loaded situation. And the first batter he faces, which is Joey Wendell, gets an RBI single, scores 2 runs, and it's a 6-4 Tampa Bay lead. Yeah, thanks, Adam. Thank you right there. And also blame the Hector Neris because he did allow the single in the first place. But he does get out of the inning, and the Phillies can't do anything to muster up any offense. Like I said, after the 5th inning, the Phillies did not record 1 single hit. They got 2 walks, and that was in 2 separate innings. So the offense kind of went quiet once the Tampa Bay Rays bullpen came out. And it's funny, too, in the when Morton came out after the 5th inning, it was 2 of the worst bullpen guys, apparently, for Tampa Bay. And they were still lights out. Still very, very lights out. It's funny, too, when, quote-unquote, your worst bullpen arms come out of the bullpen and they're still good. Yeah, it's a very good bullpen right there for Tampa Bay. A very good bullpen. And if you look at the rest of the stat line for the pitching staff, Tommy Hunter goes an inning in 2/3, allows 1 hit, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts, and he gives that game-tying home run right there. And it kind of gets a little disappointing right there for Tommy Hunter because he was having such a decent outing after Vince Velasquez was struggling right there. Connor Brogdon, like I said, he comes in for that inning, strikes out the side. Adam Morgan gets imploded, only goes 1/3 of an inning, allows 1 hit, allows 2 earned runs. Those runs were charged when Neris allowed that 2-run RBI single because all those runners on base were credited to Adam Morgan. He walked 2 people, no strikeouts, no home runs allowed. Hector Neris comes in, he finishes that inning, goes 2/3 of that inning, allows 1 hit, which was the 2-run single, and he struck out 1 batter. And if you look at the lineup, Andrew McCutchen goes 0 for 4, Alec Bohm goes 2 for 4, Bryce Harper goes 2 for 3, J.H. Famuto, quiet night at the office, 0 for 4, Didi Gregorius goes 1 for 3, Gene Segura goes 0 for 4, Jay Bruce 0 for 3, Andrew Knapp 0 for 4, Scott Kingery 2 for 4. Scott Kingery, out of all people, with his 160 plus batting average, goes 2 for 4. But then your 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Gene Segura, Jay Bruce, Andrew Knapp, also your leadoff guy, Andrew McCutchen, they go a combined 0 for 15. It's not good right there. That's not going to score your runs. Alec Bohm, Bryce Harper, they did something. JT also went 0 for 4, so that's technically 0 for 19 out of a combination of some of your hitters right there. So that's definitely not a key for success. Definitely not a key for success. And, yeah, like I said, the mood right now. Throw in the towel. Throw in the damn towel. The Phillies have no chance. The Phillies have no chance, and I have no hope. All the hope which was a very minimum piece of hope, it's gone. It's gone after this game because, the Marlins yesterday, they decided to not get swept by the Braves. They won yesterday, and they also beat the Yankees today in extra innings. So, yeah, thank you, Yankees, right there. And also, the Giants have a doubleheader today with the San Diego Padres, and the Giants won the game 1. So, going into this game, for the wild card spot, the Phillies were a half a game behind the Giants. And now, with this loss and the Giants winning the first game of their doubleheader, the Phillies are now a game and a half behind that last wild card spot. And if the Giants were to win their final game of the doubleheader, it would be 2 games back for the Phillies. But if the Giants lose, it'll go back to 1 single game behind the San Francisco Giants. And now that I mention that right now, let me refresh this page just to see if there's a score update with the Padres and Giants right here. It doesn't look like there's any score update right here. They're in the bottom of the 5th currently, and the San Diego Padres are up 3-2 against the Giants. So yeah, maybe there's some hope right there. If the Phillies are only a game back of that wild card spot, they still have to win their final 2 games. And also the Marlins with that win today, and I think also the Phillies losing tonight, the Marlins clinch a postseason spot. Yeah, so that's nice to see right there. And it was funny too, there was a tweet on Twitter that I saw, and it said, ever since the Phillies, since they last made the playoffs, or last had a winning season, a matter of fact, the Nationals won a World Series, the New York Mets, they won an NL pennant, the Atlanta Braves, they won the NL East 4 different times, 3 times in a row, counting the back-to-back years right now, and then also the Marlins clinched a postseason spot. And this is all in between since the last Phillies winning record. And it's funny too, the Phillies will go once again a 9th straight year without a above 500 record. The best they can do, I would say at this point, is 500. The best they can do is 500, so they haven't had a winning season for 9 straight years. So it's bad. It's bad. It's very, very bad. And like I said, I think they're done. I just don't think they have anything left in the tank. The offense, they went silent the last half of the game. I know you have Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola in the next 2 games, but their previous 2 starts, there's kind of no faith right there. Aaron Nola, honestly, in his last 2 starts against the Mets and the Nationals, didn't have his best stuff. Zach Wheeler in his last performance against the Nationals didn't have his best stuff. He had too high of a pitch count. So you would definitely have to hope for those 2 to throw some gems tomorrow, because right now, today, the bullpen showed they weren't capable of holding that 3-run lead. And that's also another thing right there. The Phillies lost their 8th game this season when leading by 3 runs. That's also not a recipe for success. That's not a recipe to make the postseason. This team doesn't deserve to make the postseason. And like I said, I don't think they would have done any damage in the postseason regardless. It would be nice to have some of these guys on this roster experience some postseason baseball, even though it's a very flawed, expanded postseason system. But I would like to see Aaron Nola get a crack at the postseason for the first time. I would like to see Alec Bohm get a crack, Scott Kingery, Bryce Harper once again. It'd be nice to see some of these guys get that chance. But they have to win their final 2 games, and they also got to rely on the Giants losing. They have to rely on the Giants losing today. But if the Giants win Game 2 of their doubleheader, it's 2 games back. And I would say if the Phillies were to lose tomorrow, I would think the Phillies are done. That's if the Giants win tonight's Game 2 of their doubleheader. So it's a tight spot they're in, a very, very tight spot, and that's why I said they're done. That's why I said they're done, because I just don't see it in this team right now. Because right now, Tampa Bay, even when they don't put their best players in the lineup, they're still a very good team. They got a dominant bullpen for a reason. Their starting rotation is good. They're just a good overall team. They know how to build a team, unlike this front office. Unlike this front office, and that's a major problem in itself right there. So it's going to be an interesting final 2 games. Who knows? Even though I'm saying this right now, the Giants will probably lose 3 damn games in a row to the Padres. The Phillies will win their final 2 and make the postseason. That's just how this goes. Even though to me, that's unrealistic. Very unrealistic. But you never know what could happen. You can never know what happens. Because, I say the Phillies throw in the towel, and I get proven wrong. That's just how this stuff works. Even though my faith is gone. My faith is gone, as you can clearly tell. So, I think that's going to do it for this video right here. What are your thoughts on this Phillies loss? Do you have any sort of hope, even that slither of hope, any of that stuff you're drinking, that stuff you're smoking? Is it giving you any hope for the final 2 games of this season? And I want to hear your comments about that. I want to hear your thoughts in general. So don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time.